Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give you guys a very quick update real quick on this channel as we've been growing quite a bit. We're almost at 1K subs and we've been just growing like crazy. 707 videos, 100 or lots and lots of shorts out there and content to bring some more people in. But the thing I wanted to bring your attention to is right here. So I've split up the channel or made it a little bit cleaner. So now we have our phase one. This is going to be the foundation. I'm actually going to make a separate section for all this content, and then I'm going to start pushing out course content. So this is going to be the very first video, which is going to include learning about TradingView and FX Replay. Super fundamental if you've already worked with them. There might be a tip or two in there that might help you, but aside from that, then I completely separated our coaching calls. This is going to be for both beginners and advanced, so that's okay. And then backtesting. These are super long videos. Our average video length is 1 to 2 hours. We have some that are like 6 hours, maybe not here on the next one. And then we have our backtesting time lapses. This is just to watch if you want to confirm your understanding, and if you see the market the same way I do, it's a very good way to just check. Go and look as I backtest, and then you'll see. And then just some popular videos down here for you guys, and then my shorts, of course. But yeah, that's about it. Now, going on to after the election, markets have stabilized. I've been checking them out, and we hop into TradingView. I've actually been working on some secret sauce down here, but I'll hide that so you guys are going to be wondering what that is. But it's really, really good stuff that's going to help all of us. But looking at overall markets, one thing I've actually been testing, which I don't really want to spill the beans on it yet, but I can give you guys a small sauce on what this actually is right here that I got programmed, and I'm still working on refining it. But notice this. I'm going to plot vertical lines where the red appears down here. What do you guys notice happens right here? Nothing worthwhile. What happens as soon as it turns green? What's it mean? Right? We'll take another example. Plop down red, plop down red. From red to red, what does that mean? Don't trade. Plops green, trade available. What happens here? Red to red, don't trade. What happens as soon as it turns green? Potential entry right here. What's this red right here? Don't trade, don't trade. Hang on, let me adjust. What's it mean as soon as it turns green? Trade available. Yeah, this is something I've been working on. Don't trade, don't trade. Moment it turns green, there's no even trade available, so that doesn't matter. It's the simplest filter I have come up with to identify when a market is worth tradable or worth trading or not, putting risk on. Don't trade, turns green, you're good to look for longs. Something super simple, but I've actually been working with some AI model to fix it a little bit. One thing we were going to add was a actually, I'm not going to spill the beans, but I was going to add some sort of indicator that would allow me to identify moments it was going to be changing. And notice how consistent it is throughout the market. Money comes in, leaves, comes in, leaves, comes in, leaves, comes in, leaves, leaves. Look at that beautiful entry right there. Now, unfortunately, it is not something I can push onto FX Replay quite yet, but yeah, this is just something I've been testing quite a bit, and it's been phenomenal. Alongside with volume, alongside with all these other things that I've been working on, it's just been one of the best tools that I've developed for myself. And the reason that I developed it, actually, there we go. The reason I developed it is because I go through so many markets and I just want to glance at it and see if it's worth trading. And so this is amazing because it is tied to the actual asset you're trading. And so it will adjust depending on what asset you're looking at. You look at gold, it's going to change completely. And then if I go into my settings here, I'm actually still working on this. I need some inputs, but it grabs the input from whatever market you're looking at, and then you'll be able to throw in what your risk is, and then it'll be able to calculate if it's worth you entering the market. And I'll dive into this a little bit deeper as it gets further and further developed. We're going to make it a lot more visually appealing, a lot cooler, but it's based on volume and then predictability models down the future of what's going to happen using past data. It's actually really cool. And so I do this in my head all the time. I look at these models down here, even on the MAs, I'm like, okay, what was happening here with the volume? What's the predictability model of volume within the next hour? And notice what happens. What time is it? 4:42 market just closed, or US market closed a while ago, because I'm in a different time zone, but boom, turns red. Not touching it past whatever time this is. 1 p.m. my time. My general rule of thumb is don't touch it past 11 because my average trade duration is about 4 hours. And so 4 plus 11 is going to be past that time. So I'm just not going to touch the market. And yeah, I don't know why I have this drawn on here. But yeah, aside from that, we're going to get back to testing, and I'll be working a lot more on this indicator. It's actually really, really awesome. I love it. So that way I'll be able to get rid of probably even volume at this point and just work off of this, because this is a different representation of volume over time intervals, and then we're using mathematical derivations to calculate changes and all sorts of really, really awesome stuff. But now we can close trading view. I'll actually close it all the way and jump into our amazing FX replay. It looks like they added a time thing up here so you can see how much time you spent on it. I don't think it's very accurate because yesterday I spent over an hour on this thing recording the last final video that I posted, but it is what it is. Cool, we got some data in here, threw it in. Historical, yeah, like none of this is very accurate right now, and I think as you use it more, it will become a lot better. But looking at this, I'm actually going to switch to the old version just for the chart settings. Okay, give me just one quick second, and I'm going to have to sign in here. Alrighty, I am signed in. We're going to continue our Euro USD. I'm going to pop up the equity curve, and then we can continue this amazing backtest. But this is what our equity curve looks like. We actually went down, I think it was like 10%. So there, it could have been a point where you lost your account. Now I am risking 0.8%, which is a little bit higher than usual. For evaluations, I do 0.6. And let me sign in again. Give me a second. Okay, it looks like we are all ready to go. I do not like this color theme, so we're actually, I wonder if I can change it here. Nope. Give me just 1 second. Okay, cool. I got the theme adjusted here, so it's not super bright on me. But yeah, let's continue this backtest. I know we went through a good amount of really weird market condition. It seems like my toolbar disappeared, so I'm gonna have to recreate this real quick. Give me just 1 second. I don't want to take up your guys' time. So let me pause real quick and then. Alrighty guys, I am back. Adjusted all the colors and now we're finally good. So let's start this backtest. Continue it. Weekly, just overall top down. Really, really simple analysis. Stepping down to the daily. Daily, simple analysis, same thing. 4 hour, a little bit more of a sus analysis. Overall goals are to take out this high, which we had painted on last time. Cool. So this is our overall analysis right now. Just gonna take out that high, 4 hours acting up and hourly's acting up. So I'm gonna wait for the hourly to fall back in line with everything that we're anticipating, and then we can follow through with our longs. Turn this on. Cool. Cool. Hourly falls off. Probably gonna be reflected here on the 4 hours. So I'm gonna wait for hourly money to come in. And simulation is over. There you guys go. We're done. Just kidding. I have to go back into FX replay. Hopefully it doesn't have me sign back in. Okay, I had to sign back in. It seems like they're still perfecting all the new changes, but I'm gonna actually change this till, what day are we? September, October, till today. What day are we? November 6th? Yeah, so that's gonna give us another like 2 months of data so we can continue testing. I think Euro USD a while ago was performing really well. I don't know how they are now, or that currency is now, but look at the 4 hour, nothing to do. Actually, if we get one more strong hourly rejection, I'm going to start looking for sells here. Cool. Because, let me explain to you why. Actually, this isn't even bad for a sell right now. That's kind of what I'm looking at short term. Long term, this high target. So if anything, I can jump down to 4 hour hourly and try to scalp a sell here. See if we get anything. Waiting for money to come in. Cool. Money falls off. Cool. First entry, assuming that's where we close. Looking at the 4 hour. Phenomenal. Hourly. Cool. 20. Cool. So a couple things here. You have your validation entry right here. And then you have a new potential validation, anticipatory validation forming right now. So we're just going to wait. Perfect. We get tapped in. And the buy stop came in from this candle right here. Long, right over the high. No, it should be a sell, my bad. Sell, right over the high. Low, cover it. ATR is going to be 0.56, so we can kind of play around with that, see if we find anything worthwhile. Cool. Tighten it just a little bit more. Undo a limit. We're probably going to take a loss here anyway, so we'll risk 0.8. Limit. See if we get anything in. Cool. And we take a loss. Beautiful. 20 minute, going to wait for a new validation. Nothing to do. Potential validation, but I'm not taking it. This market's looking a little weird. Yeah, that wouldn't even have been a valid entry. Okay, you have another potential entry right over this high coming in at 4 in the morning. You got the 4 hour, good. Hourly, good. 20 minute, good. Yeah, so this is a potential sell right here. Anticipatory, but still valid. It's going to be a sell. Something like that. I'm going to move it even a little bit higher and hopefully we get a new low created. Cool. ATR is 0.41. So this is reasonable of an entry. See if we get any sort of entry. Cool. Take another loss. 20 minute. Gonna wait for a new stage 1. New potential validation entry. Right over this high right here. Give me just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I have to adjust my settings. We have the 4 hour. Yeah, hourly 20. Once again, you're getting another potential entry right over this high right here. Let me jump down to the proper. So this is where we closed at. Yeah, and this is potential. This is one of those actual valid entries, not even anticipatory. So looking for an SL of 0.48 or smaller. I'm going to set this higher, move it up so I don't get accidentally tapped in. And then I'm going to wait for a new low to be created. There you go. That's your low. A little bit. Yeah, no, this is valid. It's a little bit small, so if we push down lower, I'll adjust the SL. There we go. SL 0.43. I like this entry. Hopefully we get a new low. There we go. I'm just going to leave it at that, though. Cool. Take another loss. Beautiful. Love it. 20 minute, gonna wait for new validation. Not touching this market anymore. But yep, there was like this opportunity here, which we actually tried to capitalize on. And then afterwards, nothing I want to touch. I thought this would be our strength candle, but no longer valid. So I'm gonna wait for price to fall back down. It's acting very erratic. So I'm gonna wait for this to stabilize until 1800-ish. Cool, not touching. And hopefully money comes in here pretty soon. No. Money should come in here pretty soon. Cool, first entry right over this high. Stepping back up to the 4 hour. Not the biggest fan of this move because we did have another anticipation, but looking at the daily, we're probably going to be, yeah. So if anything, I'd want to get rid of this analysis for now because it seems like longer term we're going to be in the sells. If anything, I want to give this market a little bit more time till around down here. That's an interesting color. There we go. Yeah, so this is like in one of the no touch zones where okay, I'm still gonna take my entry. I think it's still semi-valid. So it's gonna be a sell right over this high, ATR low. Cool, you get tapped in. ATR is 0.44, so we can crunch this up a little bit. We'll do a limit, see if we get tapped in. Probably gonna get stopped out right away. Cool, nothing new. 20-minute, gonna wait for an invalidation. New potential entry right over this high. That 20 is getting quite wicky and I don't like it. But it's actually not too bad. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20 good. Yeah, so 5-minute sell over this high. Notice how we've taken like, what, 5 losses already? ATR is 5.1, so we can actually increase this a little bit to cover that low. Cool, we get tapped in, probably tapped out. Statistics say that we should be getting a win here pretty soon. Probably move to break even right about now, I'd say. At least a break even. I'm not complaining. Cool, break even. 20-minute, gonna wait for an invalidation. Cool. What time is it? It's 12, so I'm not gonna take it. There you go. Gonna wait for an invalidation at around 1900. Watch. So my current testing, which is the actual development of this algorithm, is or what I'm working on, the indicator that I'm working on. Like right now, I already want this to fail. That's my anticipation. Yeah, there's setups in here, but why haven't I taken them? Because I'm anticipating they're gonna fail. Okay. And they don't. What time is this? 2300. This is valid for a long or sell in this case. So I'll give you guys better examples as they come. But hourly 25. What was it? This high? ATR is 1.9. So what I'll do is I'll set up a new buy stop over this high. Falls back down. I'm not touching this market here for a little bit. Maybe if it pushes back up, there's still a buy stop over this high. Kind of looks like it does. Oh, let me throw on the indicator for my watermark. I love it when they actually work. Okay. So sorry about that. Cool. We'll just do that for now. Yeah, so 5-minute. Some low somewhere around here. We'll see where the next 1-minute candle opens up at. Falls back down. This market's kind of shit right now. Keep in mind, we're anticipating a new validation. Falls back down. Cool, falls back down. Waiting for money to show that it's supporting the move. Hopefully this New York Open gives us some opportunity. Too wiki of a market, unfortunately, but it's a very clean entry. I'm not taking it. And that's why. Another entry available over this high and this high. I'm looking at 8:20 in the morning, so still valid. I'm going to double check this though. I got the 4 hour. Hourly good, 20 good. Anticipatory validation off this candle and valid by stop valid over this candle. So I'm going to jump down to the 5 minute and see if a new low gets created somewhere within here. We're looking at 0.69, which is a pretty big stop actually. It's a stop about this size. So I'm going to scrunch it up. There's nothing really valid here. Generally, I'll do half ATR for entries like these. Hopefully we get tapped in. Cool, that didn't work. Okay, I'm just gonna skip it. Who cares if it's a winner or not? Probably gonna be a giant runner too. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been a shit market lately, at least. Waiting for money to come back in. It is 1 o'clock, so I'm not taking anything until 1800-ish. Cool. First potential entry is going to be over this high. We have the 4 hour. I could see this market reversing here pretty soon. Hopefully. Looking at the 4 hour. Okay. Cool, cool. I'm just thinking right now. Yeah, this isn't a market I want to touch right now. I could see it reversing. Okay, it didn't reverse. Regardless, there was no entry. I think it was actually red news. So that's actually really, really cool, I guess. 4 hour, hourly, 20. Yeah, I think that was red news, 6:30 red news. Let me actually go here and click show events. Euro, USD, or US. Cool, apply. Economic calendar. Show future events of high priority. Cool. There we go. Now it popped up. So yeah, I should have known there was red news there. And we probably missed a lot of red news that we potentially traded. Cool. Nothing to trade here. This could have been anticipatory, but it wasn't validated at any point. 20 minute fell back down. It looks like we have this gap here at rollover. Cool. Market might give us an opportunity right about now. Very weak. First opportunity, but it's the first strength candle out of a really bad market. And that's why we don't take those. Secondary strength coming into the market, but red news. Yeah, I just need to see this market. We're at a weird point right now. Overall, I want to see this, but it looks like it definitely doesn't want to do that. Kind of like back here. Once again, I'm going to anticipate this. So what I'll do is step down to the hourly and wait for this market to show me what it wants to do. Remember the little exercise I did, like the no touch zone? This is kind of what this has turned into. I just don't want to touch it until we exit this range. I need to see money coming in or just dumping out. Cool. I think that told us what the market wanted to do. So 4 hour just started dumping. Gonna jump up to the 12 hours, see what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna continue scalping these cells. Nothing really good here. Like even here, break even here, and then a loss there or break even. It's gonna be your first entry, but too wicky of a market, so I'm not touching. And we got red news coming up here in probably like an hour, 3 hours. Cool, red news hits. Gonna wait till 1800 to 2100. This is where my amazing indicator comes into play. So 2200, I actually want to do something cool, but I don't want to give up or give away the price action. So we're going to open up Euro USD here and go to that date. And I want to see what the indicator would say. If I should stay out or not. What day is this? October 9th, 2024. October, so that'd be what, 10:09 at, assuming we have the right time on here, it's going to be 2200. There we go. Cool. Somewhere around here. Gonna replay 4 hour or 20. What candle were we looking at? Okay, it looks like I'm looking at. Okay, maybe play it a couple candles forward. Yeah, I think I'm looking at one more candle. Not quite. Where am I looking at? After red news, right? So price pushed up and then came back for a weird retracement. Price pushed up. So am I looking at this candle? Huh. Yeah, I'm looking at somewhere in here, I think. So all this is no trade, no trade, no trade. What time was it? 2200. Oh, I think it's this candle right here, actually. Yeah, that falls dead center in the red. That's cool. Yeah, so it just kind of knows the volatility of the market, and it's not worth putting money on that trade. So really, really cool. We can close this out. You can just see this market condition though, like shit. Okay, there you go. With my indicator, you would have just stayed out, but I guess I just have to use my eyes right now with volume, and that's okay. Cool, gonna wait for a new potential entry validation. 2 in the morning. 20 hours until red news. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good. Yeah, 5-minute sell here looks good. Once again, this is the point where you can anticipate your equity curve to just take the biggest dump on you. Falls back down, no entry. Waiting for more money to come in. Too wicky of a market, not touching. Red news hits. We get some massive correction in price. First potential entry. 2 hours and 20 after red news. I don't like to enter on these big candles anymore, because every time it's just been losses. Like, maybe this actually isn't bad at all. Strength, clean, strength. That's your entry. You see? Just from personal testing, it's not worth it. Sometimes they run, but for me, it's not worth it to gamble like that. Like, I'd rather be sure. I'm gonna wait for 20 to come back into the game. God, this horrible price action. Cool. Gonna wait for new entry validation here. Falls back down. Waiting for hourly to come back in. 4 hours a little low in the range, but still valid. Gonna wait for some sideways and market close. Gonna wait till 1900. First potential entry. I replayed to this candle to see if I would have taken it, but probably not. Again, the 4 hour. 4 hours clean. A little low in the range once again. Cool, 20. Yeah, I'm not taking it for this very reason, for this very reason, for this very reason. But some other people will, and that's okay. At the time of this particular candle, I want to see if this would have been a validated entry. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. First entry over this high, but given the volatility of this market, once again, I probably want to stay out, especially after whatever the hell this was. Did get clean here, but it's just too weird. Yeah, it's a valid entry. And it's probably going to run, but yeah, this market is just god-awful. Okay, now we're valid for longs. Probably take a loss right here, but red news, so you probably wouldn't take anything. First long over this high, but two just god-awful price action. Cool. Another entry over this high would have been valid. I'm just going to skip all these because I think it's a shit market and I probably wouldn't even be looking at it to begin with. Getting a little cleaner, but it's only 1700. So this tells me that this market is going to do this. Bloop, 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 tap in and boink. Let's see. Oh, how'd I know? That's why that indicator that I'm pushing out here pretty soon is going to be so amazing. Because it does all the work for me. It's just looking at it. And I don't have to stare at it for a while to debate whether it's a market worth trading or not. Yeah, not a market for me right now. Cool. Once again, volume actually should start kicking in here again. Cool. Yep. As anticipated. Only buy stop was over this high, and I don't think there's anything valid in there for us. And I don't like those giant candles that just come out of nowhere. Cool. Maybe a new opportunity. Oh, this is the first strength candle that came in, but once again, our rules state that we don't take these. So why? Because they're probably going to fail. Secondary entry right here. What time is it? 10:40, 10:20. This is actually a valid entry. I'm going to go take a look at it. Got the 4 hour. 4 hour good. Hourly good. 20 is good. Anticipatory-ish. Yeah, the only thing that's kind of drawing me away is this giant wick. But yeah, strength came in. Not the first, like clearly this isn't a good entry for me, just given the wickiness of this market. It worked out, but most of the times it probably won't if you want to trade that way. But yeah, this is an okay entry. Take a sell right over this high ATR low. So I'm just going to wait for the new candle to open up here. Cool, that's our low. 0.15, which is just about half ATR. I'll take it. I've been working on increasing my stop sizes, by the way. Cool, take a loss, maybe. Move to break even. Take a break even. Cool. Partial 70% of the position under right around here. This is the 70% partial line. Cool. Partial 70% right around here. What are we up right now? We're up 8R. Partial 70% here. Cool. 70% partial. How many lots is this position? I don't know. I just want partial 70%. 70%. There we go. Cool. Partialed 70% of the position. The remaining will be partialed at, or taken out, probably like right here. Cool, we get taken out. 4 hours still good, hourly good, 20-minute. Probably going to give us some new setups on this upcoming session. There's a reason we don't trade during these times, even though there was a setup. You probably shouldn't be taking it. Gonna wait till 1900-ish. Cool. First strength candle that comes in after a shit market. Don't buy this because it's probably going to get absorbed and then pushed back down. Two. Okay. This is one of the few times where, yeah, this would have been a break even for me regardless, but this is one of the few times that after a really bad market condition, aka rollover or news, whatever, your first strength candle generally tends to fail, is my testing. So I just stay away from it. And then look at this. Falls back down for, how long was this? Come on. Falls down for 4 hours, and then it wants to build another strength candle. Probably going to fail. Look at what just happened. Tapped in, tapped out. Wait for more money to come in. More money to come in. And nothing happens. And then you get your red news. Cool. Not trading any of this because we don't trade like that. Potential entry over this high, but I also don't like. Cool, gonna wait till 1900. Cool, money starts flowing back in here pretty soon. Cool, not touching this market. Need money to start coming back in. Cool, first entry, lots of strength behind the move. Looking at clearly not the very first burst candle within this larger impulse. This larger impulse came from like all the way down here. I got the 4 hour though. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute. I did see a buy stop over this high. I don't know if that's valid. It is not valid, so I'm just gonna skip. Probably gonna go without me though. I do like the setup. Great. Cool. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute. Missed my entry, that's okay. You want to make these backtests as realistic as possible, and if you're going to miss trades, you better miss them in the backtest too. Because otherwise you'll get a very unfair representation of what your system actually performs like. Cool. First entry right over this high. 3:40 in the morning. We have renews in 4 hours. Cool. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute. Once again, it's one of those like giant 20-minute burst candles, but it is clean. Clearly this was the first burst and this impulse leg up right there. So this is why it's valid. And price before it was quite clean. So 5-minute sell. Do get a low generated. Our ATR is 0.27. Falls in line with that. We'll see if we get tap in here. No tap in yet. Cool. And we don't take an entry. Potential entry right over this high. Oh, red news. Never mind. Good thing we didn't. Red news and yeah, I can't trade this. Red news and it's past my time. So I'll wait till about 19 to 2100. Cool. First entry is going to be right here. Four-hour is good. Hourly good. 20 good. Yeah, so 5-minute sell here. Getting a nice low. Look at 0.13 stop. I can increase it a little, see if we get tapped in. Hopefully we get a new low created here right about now. Cool, new low. Notice how we didn't get tapped in on that last candle. So what I'll do is I will move this down to 0.18, 0.19, even a little bigger. Probably gonna get tapped out. Whoa, okay, break even, immediate break even. Okay, 20-minute, let's see where we're at right now. Probably gonna be a break even. Hopefully this wasn't red news, no. Cool, gonna take a 70% partial. Oh man, this is way too high. Yeah, I'll take a 70% partial right here. A little lower where my hopefully we survive that partial. Cool, it looks like we do. I'm gonna update this just a little bit to secure some more. Probably just gonna fail down at this point. Yep, 70% partial. Cool, and the rest gets taken out, hopefully. Cool, looks like the rest doesn't get taken out. So rest is gonna be managed to right here. So all in all, with the position closing at where it is, we got probably, if we get closed out here, we're gonna get an average of like 3.5 R for the move. But we didn't get taken out there because we know how to manage. And that is why we leave a little bit running. Because this little move right here, we only have 20% of the position, but 20% of 9, or let's say 10. There we go. 20% of like 10 is gonna be, God, what would that be? 20%. What? Okay, I know I'm not that bad at math. 20% of 10. 20% of 100 is 5. Or 20, my bad. So I said 20%, right? Yeah, so that's actually not a lot. 2 extra RR. But in the long run, that's going to make a major difference. We did move quite a bit here, so I'm going to manage accordingly. Probably going to get tapped out here. There you go. And we probably just broke even for this entire, even maybe not. Yeah, so we barely made any money. We've taken all these losses. Giant drawdown, you guys. Just break evens and losses. So now, hopefully, this session of backtesting, we hit a new. What time is this? 11. Yeah, nothing to do here. Gonna wait till 1800 to 2100. Red news. Ooh, this is clean, but too close to red news. Let's review where hourly's at too. Overall analysis is to take out this high, or low in this case because we're inversed. Look at the 4 hour. We're doing some interesting things here. I actually made a video about this, about why currencies like to do this. And it's because of regulations, governments. Imagine if you had a currency that's always going up or always going down. What's going to happen? And so this happens when there's a lot of news. This happens because governments control interest rates and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's a little bit harder to have a trending market in Forex for that given reason. Now, what you can do is jump down lower and you'll get giant trending markets. But this is where, what is it? Supply and demand and support and resistance traders, mainly support and resistance, do very, very well on these markets. So 4 hour, we're at a turning point. So if anything, I'm going to give it one more hourly candle. Well, several actually. If we see a giant reject here, there we go. 4 hour good. Yeah, we're finally back into the buys, right? So 20 minute. Oh, I missed this entry. It was the very first burst after a while. So if anything, I'd prefer this down to fail. There we go. Yep. Nothing new. Potential entry over this high, but we're too low in the range. It's just too weird of a candle. Cool. Coming in on 1800. 4 hour fixed itself. This is our target again after that short term sell. Cool. We might actually get a nice market condition here as we ride this all the way up. This is my analysis. I'm going to move this over, but just so you guys know. 2 wiki of a market, so not touching. Cool. What time is it? 2300. Volume's coming in. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20 minute good, 5 minute good. Sell. Right over this high. ATR low is 17. So we'll see where the next candle opens up at. Cool. Falls back down. Could recover. And no. Gonna wait for a new 20 minute validation. 4 hour failing. Hourly failing. Not touching this market. Period. Look at the 4 hour. Still failing. Not touching. Looking at the 4 hour, still failing, not touching. Whoa, I played it a little too fast, but I still don't think we get a trade in there. 20 minute? Yeah, no trade in here. Only trade would be potentially this one off anticipatory, but I don't like to take these giant candles because of that very reason. Take a peek at the 4 hour. 4 hour is holding beautifully now. Hourly as well, 20 minute as well. What time is it? 9 in the morning. A couple of things can happen here. Valid entry buy stop over this high, but if anything, I'm anticipating a candle to open somewhere down here and then do something like this. And that's another better entry. 20 minute. Yeah, this is okay. This is one of those like maybe trades. I'm going to take it just for data collection. Cool. New low created. Low somewhere around here, 0.28. Can I increase this just a little bit? Hopefully price fails back down. Cool. 0.8% risk. Perfect. Exactly what I was anticipating. So now on the 20, hopefully we get a new stronger push up these next couple of candles. And no, cool. I'm telling you, this market's being weird. Not touching this market for a while, unless we get very, very strong rejections here. There you go. Now I'm touching it. 4 hour, good. Hourly, good. 20 minute, good. Fails back down, like, there we go. First entry buy stop. How much time after red news? Hour and 20 after red news. We got the 4 hour. Cool. Hourly. Cool. It's a little bit volatile just given the red news, but I'm going to take one buy stop right here. See if we get a low. Cool, we do. ATR low is going to be 0.35. Yeah. Get tapped in, probably get tapped out. Nothing new. Probably move to break even now. Take a break even. Did it really tap me out? Price has to cross the low. Otherwise I don't get tapped out on my broker. Yeah, I just barely tapped it. So technically I'm still in on the position. Let's see if it runs though. Or it comes back to stop me out. Would have been a break even regardless, so doesn't matter. 20 minute, gonna wait for an invalidation. Cool. Buy stop over this high. What time is it? We got the 4 hour. 4 hours good. Hourly is good. 20 minute. Yeah, this is gonna be your other entry. Volume is gonna start decreasing here in a little bit. So if anything, if you're gonna take an entry, you better take it ASAP. Cool, that's your low. ATR 60. We can do 30, just half ATR. I'm actually going to increase it just a little bit more. Tapped in and tapped out soon. Probably move to break even right about now. Not yet. Break even. Probably take a break even. Cool. 20 minute, gonna wait for new stage 1. What time is it? 11:20, not taking it due to my reasons. I'm gonna come here and plot this right here. What day is it? October 30th at 10:40 on TradingView. Let me open that. October 30th at, I think I said 10:30. Sorry about that. Hopefully we're still recording. Where's the, there we go. So I had to turn off the replay. October 30th. At 10:30-ish. Let me just double check that. 10:40, that's good. So jumping back. Replay somewhere in here. Okay, we're at 10:40. This is where we're at. I want to see, oh no, this isn't going to work on this one. Yeah, we haven't optimized it for this pair yet. I'm waiting for this to turn red, and then the moment it turns red, don't touch the market, and let's see what happens. And there you go. That's exactly what I was pointing out. And then yeah, exactly at the time that I like to see the market be valid for me to get in, turn screen again. Get a little bit of red, so don't take any of this throughout this. And why do you think it's turning red? Look at that red news. And then as soon as red news plays out, it's probably going to spike. There you go. Awesome. And then that's where you take your beautiful long. Although this is red news, so you wouldn't take anything. But phenomenal, huh? Okay. We kind of just played through all that price action, so play it forward. Get news. News spikes it. You don't take anything. And then now you're good. Cool. 4 hour, good. Hourly, good. 20 minute. Gonna look for a new entry. Nothing to do. Gonna wait till 18 to 1900 again. Cool. Market should start lining up here with this red news. I want to see longs coming in with this red drop. There you go. Okay. Yeah, the 4 hour. I want to see where we're at now. Come on, daily. You can pull through. This is the long-term analysis. I'm going to leave this box, or I'll draw an arrow up to these highs, but as of right now, the 4 hour is not willing to cooperate. And we're at this really weird standstill. So I'm going to wait for a couple more hourly candles, but I just need to see this high get absolutely ripped through. Good. 4 hour is starting to shape up quite nicely for sells again. Hourly 20. Fortunately, I missed a couple of entries here. That's okay. Gonna wait till 1800 again. Gaps down. Sorry about that. That's why you don't trade red news. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour fails back down. So short term, we are still in the sells. Long term, we are in the buy, or other way around, but yeah. First strength candle fails. Gonna wait for a secondary strength candle. Not taking it. Look at the shit market condition. There you go. First entry. What time is it? 4:20 in the morning. Take it. Cool. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hour good. Hourly good. 20 good. Yeah, it's a little bit wicky down here. That's why I didn't particularly want to take any of these two. But this last entry, strength 1, strength 2, strength 3. This is telling you an amazing story. $20 in the 5. Yeah. Cool. Lows generated at 0.19 stop. Get tapped in, probably get tapped out. Cool. Move to break even. Take a break even. Nothing new. Notice how, like, I'm not even surprised by this. Cool. Waiting for more money to come in. Fails back down. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hours just completely failing. Gonna wait for hourly to start failing as well to fall sells on this market. Hopefully we start seeing these longs coming in right about now though. Fails back down. Looking at the 4 hour. We're at this point where, like last time on last video, I want to see this market lift up like ASAP. Otherwise, we're going to be really falling off bad. But yeah, I consider this a no-touch zone. Looking at the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm not touching this market here for a little bit. Probably get some beautiful sells into here. I'm going to step back into it to see what opportunities were available, but I'm not going to. Probably on one more push. Cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, 20-minute long right over this high. Beautiful, actually. Break even. Red news. How long before red news? An hour. Probably don't take anything here. First entry after red news. I probably wouldn't take this, but it is a valid entry. There you go. And you get a nice little runner. Okay. And then now that the market's stabilized. Whoa, sorry about that. Jump up to the 4 hour. There we go. Look at what's happening. Our analysis is starting to play out, especially on the 4 hour. Hourly, 20. Yeah, that's beautiful. So now on the 20-minute, wait for stability in this market. Well, it didn't even give us an opportunity, guys. But there you go. That's overall analysis we're looking at on the daily. Phenomenal. Now I just want to see this market collapse. Like, just crash down. Cool. Market goes without us. Gonna wait. There might be a, yeah, right over this high. Looking at 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good, a little extended, but still valid for a sell somewhere around here. ATR low, 120. This is an okay. It's a very, very big stop, but what time is it? Asia session probably wants to get in on these sells too. They probably saw it on the US market and they're like, yeah, we need to get in on that, you know. Break even at least. Technically, yep, break even. Cool. I need to delete all the lines on here. Daily analysis, you guys just saw that live, played out very nicely. 4 hour, good, hourly, good, 20. What time is it? November 5th. Yeah, so we're running out of data here. Hopefully we get a nice trade coming up, but cool. First entry is going to be at 4 in the morning, but there's really no strength in this market. If you want to consider this a strength candle, sure. But aside from that, like your only entry buy stop is over this high. There you go. You get a potential nice little runner or a break even. Cool. Fails back down, and maybe now we get an entry. November 6th, yeah. So running out of data here in a second. Cool. We ended up break even probably. 401%, just drawdown. Drawdown since August, September. Drawdown since September. 401.39. We ended up just slightly above what we started with. So yeah, guys, there you have it. A lot of drawdown. And November was just a break-even month. That's going to happen sometimes on this particular asset. Now, keep in mind you're trading 4, 5, 6 assets every day. And so you might get many more trades than this. But yeah, November was a bad month. I'm going to go into Euro USD here. Or we're already on it. I'm going to go and look at November on the daily. So I'm going to mark out November here. October. This is the whole month of November. But keep in mind we only traded like 20 days. So yeah, this is the start of November. Looking at our analysis here. What were we looking for? We're looking for sells all along here. None really presented themselves. So all this were sells here and then ultimately higher time frame buys. Cool. So now as I step down into the 20-minute, I know exactly what I'm looking for. And it'll be a nice little show off of the indicator too. So indicator, I'm going to mark out all the red zones. Red, red, red. I'm not going to mark out the smaller red zones. Red, red, red. What do you guys notice in all these red zones? Well, this doesn't even count because it's rollover, but of course you're not going to be trading that. Before anything even happens here with this giant gap, turns red. Oh my god, this tiny one, what happens here? What happens here? What happens here? What happens here? Why is it green right here? All along here? I don't know why I have a line there. Why is it red? Just this small section, and then it turns green right here? Like, go and ask yourself these questions. What's it mean? Don't trade. What is there to trade here? Nothing. Nothing. Turns green? Start trading. Start trading. Start trading. Good. 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 Stop. Boom. Giant gap. Awesome, huh? So I'm going to be working on refining this algorithm a little bit. I had a really cool feature on it, but I removed it. And so I'm going to work on refining this a little bit to make it a lot more accurate. And then, yeah. But yeah, that was a bad data collection, as you guys saw. Not our brightest or best data collection, but you need to realize you're going to have how many of our trades we took in here. It was horrible. And our win rate probably dumped. Yeah. 44 break-even trades. So those would have been losses more likely than not. Because not once do I remember when we got into a trade, got tapped out, and then it went. I think most of the times it just took us out. Yeah, let me set my time zone correctly. Cool. Notice how I don't trade during these times. There's a reason for that. Notice how 1900, we've had a couple good trades, but like 1800, that's why I've been working on pushing this back. But yeah, we got plenty of trades here, and they were all winners. 9, 8, 5 in the morning, 1 and 2 in the morning. So Asia seems to be really profitable too. But yeah, anyhow, guys, peace out. I'm going to start a new data collection so we can really refine this. But yeah.